Well, hello again. Today I am moving away from Sudoku a little bit. I've done a few pretty difficult Sudokus in the last few videos, so I thought I'd try something else. And I haven't done any Castle Wall for a little while, and I always enjoy Castle Wall, so I just went on gmpuzzles.com and looked at some of their Castle Wall puzzles and picked a few that were different levels of difficulty, and I'm going to do them in increasing order of difficulty. So according to how they're listed on there. And then they actually have on their website time standards where you can check. They have Grandmaster, Master, and Expert times listed. So we'll just see how I do compared to those. I do not anticipate being even approaching the grand. If I can get under the Expert one, I'll be happy. Actually. Um, so if you look at the time standards on there and you're nowhere near any of them, don't feel bad because they're crazy times. But it's kind of fun just to look at once in a while if you get lucky. All right, so the first one is called One Gear by Murat Cantanta. I don't know how to say his name. Murat, I believe, is from Turkey, and I've solved some of Murat's puzzles before, and they're always great. Um, Wonderful puzzles. This one is supposed to be 1 out of 5 stars for difficulty. So I guess we will find out. Let's start the timer. Oh, rules for Castle Wall. For those that are unfamiliar, you're creating a loop, a single loop that does not intersect. It can't cross itself like this, and you can't have two loops like that. Um, and all of the white cells have to be inside of the castle, and the black cells have to be outside of the castle. So these ones right here are inside of this castle that I drew, which would be bad, and these white ones are outside of the castle, which would be bad. And then the numbers and the arrows show you how many total line segments there are in that direction. So let's see, is there a good one? Yeah, right here, this three. So for example, this three, it's not just these three, it could be this one down here as well. It goes past the other clues. But for example, this one here wouldn't have anything to do with the clues on this side. And the easiest way, you can think of the lengths of line segments, like something like this is one, but the easiest way, at least for me to think about it, is how many borders it crosses. So this would be 1, 2, 3, for example. And that's all the rules. Link in the description as usual. You can try it yourself. And now I'm going to give it a try. And here we go. So actually, this one right here is a good place to start because there's only one possible number here. Now, another thing to think about is when you have black cells like this that are really close to each other, really it works with black cells that are farther apart too, but especially right here, you can't put a line through here. Because if you put a line through here, you're going to have this side of the line is outside of the castle, but this side of the line is also outside of the castle because they both have black cells. So we can't go through there. Now for the same argument, we have to go between a white and a black. Because if the white is in and the black is out, there's got to be a wall between them. So we can go here and here and here. Can't go through there. You also can't go around outside of a black cell, so we can't go in here. Now you could go around the outside of this one because you could potentially come down here and back out, something like that. So now we do have to go around these white ones. This one here, this little short segment we did, there's no way for it to escape out here. So both ends have to go back up. And we have to not have a small loop. So this is going to have to come up like this. And that's going to have to keep going that way. Now, this one, there's only two options here. And again, same kind of deal. They can't come, neither end can come down or it'll get stuck. So it's got to do that. And this has to come out. Now, it could come over. In fact, it has to come over and up because we need to get this one. And we have to not let those connect again, just like up here. Now, this is going to have to connect up there. This one's going to have to connect there, but does it go... Which way does it go? We don't know yet. 2, 2, 2, 3. So this... Does this connect here? I'm just wondering if we can... Yeah, if this goes here... I don't think we know for sure there yet. But, okay, so what am I missing? If this came down, this would also have to, okay. We need to use 2 up here and 2 here. This could still sneak down here and grab another one for that 3, I think. But we definitely need 2. Okay, we definitely have to have 2 up here. And right, this has to connect here. So we could do that. And then get 1, yeah. Right, okay. So remember we said you can't go between the 2 blacks. Well, you also can't go between the 2 whites unless you go through it twice. So essentially, you can go between 2 of the same color, but it has to be an even number of lines through. So we could do something like this, because then this would be in, the other side is out, so this is out, and this side is in again. So you have to have an even number, but or 0. I'm thinking of 0 as an even though 0 isn't really an even number. So this can't. These 2 are gonna have to connect. If either one of them comes up between the whites, you're gonna have to come back down somehow. But we can't just go across, because then you need to have 2 here essentially. So this has to come up. Now it wouldn't have to go up another one necessarily. These 2 can't. Oh, they can connect. Unless we need to come down here, I guess. Hmm. And this could potentially come all the way up here and take all 3 of those. So what am I missing? I'm missing something. This, all right, this is gonna take one of these 2 for sure, because it's either gonna come up and over like that, or it's gonna come over and up like that. Oh, that's what I'm missing. Of course, it's obvious. The 2 right here already has 2. Can't go there. We got to come up. Now we've used the 1 there. This one comes across. This has to come over and down. Okay, and so now the 1 has to be down here, so these have to come out, which is kind of what I felt like it was going to do, but, and now we haven't used any of these, so these have to be there, here, this has to come up. These are going to connect, because we can't make a loop here, but they could come over 1 first. We've already used our 2 here, so they have to come over. Up. They could still go there, I guess. Used 1. This has to not touch. Used 2, so we can't do that. This has to come over. And now these have to connect here, but we need 2 there, so there we go. All right, and I'm sure my time is nowhere near. Let's see, 5:57. I don't even want to know. Expert on that one was 2 minutes. Grandmaster on that puzzle was 40 seconds. And I should have done it a lot faster than that, actually. I was being kind of blind with the 2 down here, but that's all right. It was a fun one anyways. All right, so we're going to move on to the next puzzle. All right, next one here is called One True King by Prasanna Seshadri, who I'm pretty sure is in India and also makes wonderful puzzles that I've solved some of before, often difficult ones, but this one is supposed to be 2 stars out of 5 for difficulty. All right, so link in the description. I'm going to give it a shot now. Start the timer. Let's see. So, I mean, we've got some easy stuff here with the 0. A 1 there. That's easy. Now, this one's interesting because we only have the 1 white cell. So, it would be awesome if we could just do that and call it done. But obviously, that's not going to work. So we can't go between these black cells like usual. Now this one here, you could potentially, remember, it has to have an even number of lines between similarly colored cells. So you could potentially come in here if you come back out. But you're not going to be able to go up there because it would get stuck. Now here, this one, so we can't go around behind a black cell, right? Unless, again, you go in and back. So these are going to have to go the same direction, either that way or the other way. We've got 3 here. Okay, so these we know have to come back out. These are going to be the same kind of thing, right? So if these connect to each other, you're going to end up having these black ones inside. So these need to come this way and these need to go this way. This one's got to come back up here. It's going to have to connect there. We don't want to connect those, so they just kind of keep pushing each other down. This one, now here we've got, we do need to go between these, and this is going to have to come back out that way. Now it could do a little jog over here potentially. We don't really know that yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've already got 2 here. This can't be. So there, that's our 3. So now these are going to force each other to go this way. We need to have 1 here because there's nowhere else over here to get this one. So this is going to have to come down and back up, and now we need to not have a small loop here. So these are going to push each other down and out and around, and that one's going to have to go through there, and that's already 4. This is going to have to connect there. Now we've got 2. We need to have our 3rd line segment here, so we do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've already got 5, so it's got to go this way. And now we just need to get our 4 and our 2. We need 1 down here. Are there any other numbers that we haven't used yet? Okay. So this has to connect to here somehow. All right, so we definitely need both sets of lines to go across the bottom down here. The question is just how they connect. If this comes up and over and down, that's possible. This already has 3 though. Oh, we can't connect here. So there, that's our 4 already. So this has to come up here, which means this needs to go here. But now we've already done 2, so it's got to jog up and over so we don't get a 3rd. And this has to come up. That's our 1. Connect there and connect there. There we go. All right, that one was more difficult, but was faster because I think I just did a better job. So 321. Let's see what the standards are. Ooh, I beat the expert one. So Grandmaster on this one is 115, which again just seems insane. But expert was 4 minutes, so I got under the expert. That makes me feel good. All right. All right, moving on to puzzle number 3. This is called Slanted Squares by Jinhu An, who I am not familiar with, but I'm excited to try a castle wall by someone new. This has 2.5 stars for difficulty, and we'll see how this one goes. All right, so start the timer. Okay, we've got a whole bunch of places where we can put in our lines between the blacks and the whites. We're kind of getting this little pinwheel pattern, it looks like. We can also draw lines on the outsides of these white cells, and we can X the outsides of these black cells. Now, we can X these and these as well. So it looks like we've kind of got this, I guess, slanted square, right? This one, for example, coming through is gonna have to go either over here or up there. It can't go across because then these are gonna be stuck. We've kind of got 4 lines coming into this slanted square, and they're gonna have to all connect somehow to each other because there's no other way to escape there. So what can we do? This one's a 0. We can do that. 3, 3. 1, 2, 1, 1. All right, so okay, over here, it works the same way on all four sides actually, but it's either going to have to connect, across here. It could come down and over, but ultimately, these two are going to connect and these two are going to connect. Or these two are going to connect and these two are going to connect. One of those two has to happen, right? But if it's the second one there, then you've got a section right here where both lines have to come through this way. And we've already used two line segments there. So we can't connect down here. So this has to connect across there. This has to connect here. Now what that's going to do for us is that means if this connects, these two connect somehow. They could come up first, but this is going to hook here. So now we would create a loop if we went right there. So what we know from that is it goes like this. And now this one is going to connect to here. Does that tell us anything about what happens over here? I don't know that it does, actually. What about up here? So this, right, we can do the same thing up here because these connect. This connects, so we can't connect right there. So it's going to do this. But I don't... Yes, and so since this one, no, because it connects across there, it doesn't connect down here. It connects across here. So could do that, couldn't it? Or it could do this if that went... Yeah, it could still connect either way in here, I think. Okay, well, we know there's one this way and two this way, so there's at least one over here, but I guess we don't know for sure if there's two, because the one could be over here, couldn't it? There's just the one down here. So, can't be right there. It's got to be one of these two. Three. Oh, okay, so over down here, this three. If there was one over here, there's at most one over here, right? So there's at least two between the threes. And so since there's at least two between the threes, you can have at most one over here. But if you go across from either one of these, because of this X, you're going to pick up two. So you actually can't do either of those. So you got to do that. And that tells us now all the three of this three are in the middle, which means all three of these are also in the middle. So we can't do that one. Now this would pick up two. It's unlikely this comes down here then, because we'd already take away two of these three. Do these have to connect? I'm trying to think, because these over here, so it's going across. I don't think it's possible for these to do, something like this, because that's either going to create a loop down here, or if these go this way, it does this. Maybe that is okay. Actually, never mind. That is okay. Potentially. It might not be right, but it is potentially okay. Um, oh, same thing. It's the same thing. This three can get at most one up here, so it has to have at least two in here. This three has to have at least two, can have at most one down here. This can't go down, it would pick up two, so this has to come across. And now all three have to be in the middle. 1, 2, 3, which has to be all three of those. And so then this does go this way, and these come up. Should have seen that. Okay, so now we can't connect here. It's got to go that way and here because we don't want to create a small loop in here. And this one, we could still get 2 there, so it's only going to have at most 1 in here. 1, 1. This needs to have all 3 in here, right? And so this is going to have to come up there. Now that's the 1. So this one's got to go this way. So now we can only get 2 here, so we have to have at least 1 over here. So one of these is going to go... Oh, we could still get both, couldn't we? I was going to say only one of these is going to go sideways. Got the one here, one here. These have to, this has to, okay, this can't turn. It would have to pick up 2, and we only have 1, so it's got to do this. And now this one has to turn. It can't go down anymore. Now, this, oh, this already has the 1, so we can't do that either. So it's got to either, and if it comes over here, it's going to get 2 going back down here. So it's got to go down this way, which means this, ooh, we could do 1 on either of these, though, couldn't we? Three, 3, 1. So we still need a 1 here. 2. So this, one of these 2 has to turn. If it goes, if this one turns, it's going to take the white and the black one. Is that a problem? This would go over there. This would come up and over. If it goes over here, I mean, we could avoid using anything if we do that. This one would have to come down. Which give you both of those. 1 there. If this comes across that uses both of these, this would have to then come up and over and down. Which I think is okay. What am I not seeing here? Because I feel like the one over here could be like this. Should do that. No. Go back. Okay. It's the same. I keep missing the same exact thing. The 3's down here, the 3's here. This is the same thing. Really. It's just that. So, if we use 1 in here, we can only have 1 in here, right? So that would use this 1. The other one for this 2 would have to be over here, but we either have 0 or 2 over here. So essentially that means we can't have 1 in here. Because it would have to be 1 and 1. So this has to be 2. We have to have none of these. This has to be there. That does what? So this has to come up and over. And again, here it would take 2. So it's got to come down this way. Now this one has to do the 1 there. Excuse me, we've got 1 here. We've got to do 2. So this has to be the other one. There we go. Again, a little slow because I kind of missed something I probably should have seen. 10:52 on that one. Let's see what the times are. Yep. So Grandmaster on that one would be 2 minutes. Expert would be 6 minutes. Master is 3. So 6 minutes for Expert. didn't quite make that at all, not even close. So, all right. All right, puzzle number 4 is called Black Mirror by Serkan Yürekli. And I know I've done a puzzle by Serkan before. And again, always, all of these people are always creating great puzzles, so it's always fun to solve theirs. I've noticed the grids are getting larger now. This one is interesting because it only has black cells in the grid, no white cells. This one is listed as 3 stars for difficulty. So we've gone from 1 to 2 to 2.5, and now we're at 3 stars. So still shouldn't be too terrible, but we'll see how this one goes. Gonna start the timer. Okay, well let's use our gimmies, our zeros. Those are always nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so there's 8 possible line segments down here with a 7. So if we don't use either of these, we only have 6. And so we're actually going to have both of those. Now, remember what we said before about black cells. If we have a line behind a black cell, we have to have a second line. Otherwise, that's going to be inside the castle. So we've got to do something like that. Now these... but we don't know. I mean, we can't connect both ends, obviously, but one end could still be connected, so we can't say for sure what to do with that yet. And so anywhere we have a line going between 2 black cells, we're going to have, oh, there's another 0 over here, look at that. We're going to have at least 2. You have to have an even number. This one can't have anything. This one can't have any, but these could come down and connect, couldn't they? I was going to say these are both going to have to kind of escape up here, but they don't necessarily have to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. Oh, there's 8 across the top, so we could potentially get by without using either one of these. Maybe. Okay, down here there's 1, 2, 3, 4, but we can't use both of these because you would create a branching line. So we can really only get 1 from these 2. So these 2 are both going to have to be lines. And now there's no way to turn this way and get a second line going between the 0 and the 1. So this is going to have to turn that direction. And now 1, 2, 3. We can still get 4 here. And this doesn't necessarily continue down. We could do something like this and come back out. Otherwise, if this continues down, then we're going to have a second one coming through here. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9 here, 10 there. 4, 6, 8, and 2 is interesting. So you're going to have a lot on this line, but not very many on this line. Which makes me think it's going to do, something like this. Over here, the 3. So there's 4 possibilities. We need 3, so we can only leave out 1. So we have to go through there. And so this connects probably here somehow. But I guess we don't really know that yet. Oh, we've got a gimme here, a 4 that only has 4 options. And so, like we've said, we're going between the 2 blacks. This one's also got to have a line through there. 2, 3. And now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Only one of these 2 can be in there. 5, 6, 7. And so we could still ignore this one, though, couldn't we? If this goes to the left and we did something like that, we could still do that. Oh, in fact, yeah, this one can't turn this direction. It's the same problem we had down here. If this turns, we can't get another line between the 1 and the wall. So this actually has to go that way. And now these 2 have to be the 2 that we're missing out on. So we've got to get the rest of these. 6, it's going to go that way. This one can't branch off anywhere. Now it could connect right there though, as long as these don't connect at the bottom here. This one has the same problem. We can't go this way because you'd need a second one going between there. So this has to come out here. Now, this is to turn. This has to come back out, and we can't create a small loop. So these are going to get pushed down here. This one's got to turn. Again, can't create a loop. Now this one could turn down here or continue on. But we know somehow both of these lines have to end up connecting to this side. And they can't come, so they've got to end up going across down here. So this right side and this left side, the only way they can connect is if both lines come down under somehow. Now they could come up through here or around here, but somehow, so these two lines can't connect to each other, essentially. So we can do that. Now, they've also both got to get out of here somehow, because this side has to get down. That's the only way to get through to the other side. Now, this could jog over, or it could stay there. We don't really know yet, but we can do that. We need 6. What do we? How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 7 possible now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need 6 of those 7. The 1 here. We need to have this one. And again, you can't turn up or it's going to get trapped. So these have to come down. We can't we can't finish the loop here. So now we've got 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 more. So there's 8 total that we could get here. Obviously can't come in there. Could we go? Yeah, this. So there's a 1 pointing over here. It could be that one potentially, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that would still allow us to get 7. This would have to come back over here. Or it could be in here. This one, we have 4. 6. There's only 6 if we don't go across here. So we've got to go through there. And that's going to turn up this way. Now, this one, if it continues up somehow, we can't get a second line between the 1 and the 7. So this actually has to turn and come back, which is going to force that one. That's 7. This turns up. And now this one, if we connect to here, then there's no way to get the left and the right hooked together. So these are going to have to do that. 1, 2. The third has to come from there. Now, what do we need to do? So this is going to have to connect to that one. So we're going to get at least... Right, this is going to have to turn. This one's got to come down through. But this could go there or here. It depends if we need an extra one here probably. So we've got 1, 2, 3. We can get 4, 5. So this, yeah, it's got to come up like this. And we need to have both of these. So it's got to do that. Now we just got to finish off this side. 1, 2, 3. So we need 1 more for the 4. 3, 3. Okay. Yep. So this could connect here, and these could both come down. Or this could connect, and this could connect, and that touch there. So we need a whole bunch along this side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We need all but 1 along this side. So we need quite a bit. Let's just draw a line there just temporarily. We don't really know for sure. Actually, no, we do. Because look, this one right here has to be right there. And so now we need all 8 of those. That turns there. This has to turn back up. We've got both the 2 there. So this is going to go over here. And now we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All of those. That's got to connect there. And then 1, 2, 3. We need 1 more here. There we go. All right, 9 minutes and 12 seconds on that one. That felt better than the last one. Ooh, just missed the expert. Expert is 9 minutes on that one, so that's pretty good. I'm happy. If I'm anywhere close to the expert, I'm happy. Grandmaster on that one is supposed to be 3 minutes and 30 seconds, which is just insane to me. But I know there are people that can do that. It's like they just go off intuition. They don't even really count or think about what's going. It's just I don't know. It's amazing. Their brains work different than mine. But there you go. That was 4 castle wall puzzles of varying difficulty. Hopefully you guys enjoyed those. I think castle walls are fun. And let me know how you did. Did you get any of the expert times? Did you quadruple the expert times? Did you get the grandmaster times? I'd be impressed if anybody did. But let me know how it went. And I'll see you guys again soon with some more puzzles. Thanks. Bye.